Hi there. Today I'm going to be offering a short mindfulness practice, cultivating mindfulness of the breath. And mindfulness of the breath is one of the key foundations of any mindfulness practice. And it's really a tradition that is consistent across many different mindfulness practices. Developing a relationship with the breath. And it's quite beautiful because as we begin to practice with the breath, we go through, the stages of learning where it's awkward and it's mechanical and all of that. But once the practice has been established in you, the breath can become a beautiful home base, a place to rest, a place to recuperate, a place to find respite in your life. Reminded of a beautiful poem by Martha Postlewaite. Do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue. I love that line. Create a clearing in the dense forest of your life. And our lives are complex and many layered, and there's many relationships in them. So the question does become, how do we create that clearing? And actually, a relationship with your breath can be a powerful way to do that. A home base for you to have some distance from the complexity, and also some safety to understand the complexity better. A safe place where you can actually come in touch with the complexity, but not become overwhelmed by it. So that's the notion behind cultivating mindfulness of the breath. And we'll practice it together. There's really only two very simple instructions that you need. The first is to pay attention to the sensations of breathing. And then the second is to return to that attention on the breath whenever your mind wanders. It's really only those two steps. And a couple nuances to that. Paying attention to the sensations of breath is different than thinking about the breath. So for this practice, we're really just noticing what is. We're not trying to change it. We're not trying to deepen it. We're not trying to make it something that it isn't. Just noticing what is all that's required of you. The other thing is that, most of us aren't used to paying all that close attention to the breath. So you may find that your mind wanders a lot, that it's maybe a little bored with this activity. And that's okay. Every time you bring your mind back to the breath, it's a moment of mindfulness. Every time you bring your attention back to the breath. And so you don't need to worry or be concerned about how often you're off thinking about something else. Okay, so let's try it together and see how it feels. Okay? So find a posture that's alert and relaxed, dignified. And you might, to begin, take a few deeper breaths just to start to notice where you feel the breath most strongly. You may notice it at the nostrils or the upper lip. You might notice a clear sensation in the back of the throat. Perhaps the rising and falling of the chest or the belly. So just noticing where the breath feels the most obvious or the most pleasant, and choosing that anchor, choosing that location as an anchor for the breath. And then start to notice the subtleties of that sensation. Temperature, maybe moisture, or a sensation of drying, perhaps tingling. If your breath feels faint or hard to sense, you can try leaving your hand on your belly and let that be the way you connect with your breath. Or you can connect with the feeling of the hand and the breath. And now letting go of any deepening of the breath, any control of the breath, letting your body just breathe itself. Perhaps you notice that the breath changes as you pay attention to it. Its rhythm adjusts in various ways, longer, shorter, in different spots. One breath might be warmer or cooler than the next. Just come back but gently to this breath. Anytime your mind has wandered, just bring your attention back to this breath. These sensations. very gently, allowing the breath to breathe itself. If it's helpful, you can notice the beginning and middle and ending of the breath. Anytime you find yourself thinking about the past or wondering about the future, just gently guiding your attention back to the sensation of this next breath. You might start to notice the space between breaths. Maybe that space feels like a place to rest. Or maybe that space feels like a place of worry, a place you want to rush through. Just noticing what it's like. What is it like in between breaths in your body right now? Just rest yourself as your body breathes. Relax into the breathing. Each breath rising and passing away with mindful presence. To help make sure there is ease, one Zen master recommends drawing a half smile as you practice awareness of the breath. Just a soft smile to the lips while you watch your breath. Feel your breath going in and out. Whatever helps you stay naturally and easy in your presence with this breath. Feel the breath. And with each breath, let there come a sense of calm and steadiness. This breath. In this breath. Now this breath. Thank you for joining me.